The toxic tap water in the Rockford area has raised concerns from here to Lansing.
As more sites are tested and more houses fitted with filters, the elected officials that represent the area are staying in close contact with those impacted and those responsible for making the situation right.
24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin is back from Lansing with reaction now. Rick.
From at least one of those lawmakers, Sue, the idea of trying to fix a problem, the scope of which is unknown, is daunting. But members of the State House and Senate that represent the part of Kent County impacted by this toxic tap water say they're on it.
It is disturbing.
Representative Rob Verheulen is one of 3 members of the legislature who have constituents affected by contamination suspected to have been caused by decades-old dumping of toxic chemicals in the Rockford area. He says all of them are keeping a close watch on the situation.
Since it became aware of it, we have really engaged, and it's been sort of a collective effort from a legislative standpoint. Senator McGregor, Representative Affandoulis, and I.
Those 3, he says, have been meeting with the Department of Environmental Quality, the Department of Health and Human Services, Rockford Public Schools, township officials, the health department, and that's not all.
We met with Wolverine, and we were very blunt, and we said, tell us, be transparent, and I felt very good about it.
Wolverine is Wolverine Worldwide, the company whose dumping is suspected to be the cause of the unsafe levels of a chemical associated with their manufacturing process.
I mean, obviously, it's concerning whenever there's a reading that's higher than the health advisory. But I think that the regulatory agencies and the company are responding appropriately.
As to the scope of that response, right now, no one knows how big it might be or how much it might cost. Verheulen says he and his colleagues have reached out to the executive branch.
When you talk about reaching out to the governor's office, do you think at some point state funding will be required?
I do. I think this is it's an emerging public health issue. I think we have certainly, as West Michigan legislators, have encouraged DEQ to use whatever resources you need to get on top of this problem, and I think the public supports that.
As for what's next, testing on water in at least one of the Rockford public schools that still uses well water expected back soon. Verheulen tells us that will give us a better indication just how widespread the toxic tap water may be. Susan?
Rick, thank you. Our Target 8 investigators are staying on top of the situation in the Rockford area. Right now on our mobile app, you can see every story that we've done on the toxic tap water stories. We also have the steps that you can take if your home is in that impacted area.